I'm going to bend my knees. You're going to bend your knees, bringing your feet out wide to the corners of your mat, leaning back on your hands like you're sitting out on the beach. And we're going to turn the knees from side to side. Just a little rotation here, bringing some movement to the hips, rolling across those glute medius muscles. Inhaling through center and exhaling as you bring the knees to the side. Again, feel free to pause anywhere that you feel a little extra tension, anywhere that can use an extra breath or two. And the next time you come to your right, you're going to bring the knees all the way down. Walk the hands behind you, coming into a revolved sphinx pose, coming down onto the forearms, into a twist. Just a few breaths here. Just noticing what's present, where your body is at today. No need to judge, no need to force anything. We're just seeing what arises, where there may be tension, where we can release and let go. Always moving with the breath. And as you're ready, gently begin to unwind. Come back through center. We're going to move those knees over to the left. Same thing over here. Walk the hands behind you. Come down into a revolved sphinx pose. Breathing into those hips. We're only working to the edge of our stretch. So if anytime you feel like your breath is becoming difficult or you're pushing too hard, just back off. Just notice, where is there tension and where can you let go? As you're ready, gently release, unwind, coming back to center. We're going to swing those legs around and come into a tabletop position. Remember, in tabletop or down facing dog, you always want your fingers out nice and wide with a little bit of a claw at the end, so you leave a bend in that last knuckle, like you're making a little suction cup with your palms, so the weight is distributed evenly all across your hands. Wrists go right below your elbows, elbows right below your shoulders, knees are under the hips. And inhale as you come into a cow pose with the belly toward the mat, shoulder blades together, head and gaze and chest come up. And exhale as you round everything up. Head comes down to the mat, crown toward the mat, belly button up toward the spine. Take a few cat-cow poses at your own pace, working with your own breath, exhaling as you round everything up, and inhaling as you arch. You might take a few barrel rolls here, adding some lateral movement. So as you inhale and you're going to round as if you're on the scraping the insides of a barrel. So it takes a little coordination and a little getting used to. And you don't have to be perfect. It's just adding a little lateral movement. And reverse your barrel rolls. Remember to breathe and coordinate your movement with the breath the best you can. And as you're ready, when you feel balanced in each direction, come back to center, back to neutral, and push those hips back into a child's pose, reaching the fingertips forward. You can bring the knees apart if you'd like to make a little more space for yourself. You can bring your forehead down to the mat, or you can stack your fists, make a little pillow for your forehead, whatever feels best for your body. Really pressing those hips back. And now I invite you to reach your fingertips all the way forward, walk them all the way over to the left, and shift your hips all the way over to the right, finding length in the right side of the body. Really pressing that right hand into the mat, finding that deep stretch through the right lat. You might look under your right armpit, just pressing that right hand in and noticing how that affects the stretching sensation. And walk the hands all the way over to the left side, the right side of the mat, pressing that left hand into the mat, pressing through the fingertips, shifting the weight over to the left side, into that left hip, noticing a stretching sensation through the left lat. Always breathing. The breath leads the movement. And walk your fingers back to center. Shift your hips back to center. Walk your knees up, coming back into a tabletop position. We're going to take a few Sunbird stretches. You're going to lift your right leg, extend it straight out behind you, and your left arm straight out in front of you with your thumb pointed toward the ceiling. And you want your toe pointed down toward the mat, the heel straight behind you. Tightening through that core, stretching and bringing the belly button up toward the spine. Finding a neutral position through the spine, keeping the hips level. Keeping the face soft, relaxing the jaw, and breathing fully and completely. Finding stillness. And release. Bring the left hand back to the mat, right knee back to the mat. We're going to switch sides, extending the left leg behind you and the right arm. Thumb toward the ceiling, heel point straight back, toe down toward the mat. All toes down toward the mat, especially the big toe. Tightening through the core. Imagine bringing the belly button up toward the spine, keeping the hips level. Softening through the face and the jaw. Finding stillness and softness, even in this position of stability. And I have a little friend here to help me out. And release. Take it back into child's pose. Allow your breath to return to its normal rate and rhythm. Coming back up into tabletop. We're going to come back into our Sunbird position, extending the right leg behind us, the left arm in front. This time we're going to add movement. So exhale as you pull the knee and the elbow toward one another, curling everything in. And inhale as you extend. Exhale as you contract everything in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. 2 more. Inhale, extend. And exhale, contract. Good job. Release. Switch sides. Extend the left leg straight behind you. Right arm straight in front. Thumb toward the ceiling, toes toward the mat. And exhale, contract, pulling in the knee and the elbow, really crunching through the abdominal muscles. And inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. 2 more. You got this. Inhale, extend. And exhale, contract. And release back to tabletop and take a child's pose. And take a puppy pose from here, coming up into the knees and extending the arms out in front, really pressing the palms into the floor. And at the same time, imagine that you're pulling the floor back toward yourself, engaging the lat muscles right under the armpits. Imagine you're pulling the floor toward you and squeezing the hands toward each other at the same time. Allowing that head to stay in a neutral position, always imagining a straight line from the crown of the head all the way up or down to the tailbone, depending what position you're in. And release back to tabletop. From here, you're going to curl the toes under and begin to lift the knees and hips off the mat, coming up into a downward facing dog, Keeping the knees bent, you're going to pedal out the knees, walking your dog, staying long through that upper body. Those fingertips are spread wide. Alternating pressing heel toward the mat. They may or may not reach the mat. That's okay. There's no end game here, no goal. It's really all about seeing where your body is at today. And from here, you're going to gently walk the feet up toward the hands, coming into a forward fold with the knees bent as much as you need them to be, so that your upper body is draped over your upper thighs. You don't get extra points for straight knees. You really want to focus on keeping that head neutral. Allow the head to be heavy, with the crown of the head down toward the mat, so that you're not straining your neck by trying to look forward. Heavy head. And from here, gently roll up, slowly, slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Bringing the hands up overhead, reaching up to the ceiling, getting long and tall, finding length from the hips all the way to the fingertips, bringing hands together in a prayer position in front of your chest, and exhaling, and let the arms come down by your sides. Coming into our Tadasana, mountain pose, with the feet hips width distance apart, weight distributed evenly across your feet. So if your feet were triangles, with the base of the triangle from the base of your big toe to your pinky toe, the point of the triangle in your heel, you want all points of that triangle to be equally weight-bearing in the mat, if that makes sense. Checking alignment. Knees go over the ankles, hips go over the knees. Pelvis is neutral, so it's not tipped back and it's not tucked under. Shoulders down away from the ears, chest up, crown of the head up toward the ceiling. This is our mountain pose, our position of strength and stability. Just be here for a moment. Take a few deep breaths and find your stability and your strength. And inhale, bring your arms up overhead. You can either keep them here in a goalpost, cactus arms if you have any shoulder issues, or you can bring them all the way up together overhead if you can. Clasp them and turn your palms up toward the ceiling. We're going to just find some length here. Instead of collapsing into the side, get long and tall and reach over to the side as if you're lengthening from the hips and then reaching over. And then reverse, reach toward the other direction, finding space through those sides, through those lats in your spine. You might turn your gaze up toward the side. And other side, turn your gaze up in the opposite direction, creating some space in the neck. And release those arms back down. From here, we're going to come back. I'll go to the side, up, reaching up and exhaling into a forward fold again. Knees bent as much as you need to. And from here, you're going to step back with the right foot. I have a friend on my mat. Excuse me. Coming into a crescent lunge. So you don't want your stance too narrow. We're not on a tightrope. Imagine you're on train tracks. So you've got at least hip width distance apart. You're going to come up on that front thigh, finding your balance here in crescent lunge. Knee goes over the ankle. Weight is on the ball of the back foot. If you can see my back foot here. You can either stay here, or if you've got good balance, you can reach up, coming into crescent lunge, really finding length through that back hip flexor on the front of the hip, those muscles that get tight from sitting so much. In our crescent lunge, we're going to turn into warrior two by turning this back foot to a 45-degree angle and opening up the hands. Nice and wide, chest is open. Start with your palms facing up, and then you can flip them over. You want them at heart level. Bringing your gaze out over the front middle finger. Watching that front knee, being careful not to let it turn in like it's sometimes prone to do. You really want to track that knee out over your pinky toe. Finding strength and stability here in our warrior pose with our chest open, our heart open, face soft, jaw soft. And as you inhale, reverse your warrior, reaching that back hand down toward the back knee, bringing your gaze up toward your left thumb, finding length through that left side, watching that left knee, keeping it tracking over the pinky toe so it doesn't turn inward. And from here, we're going to come into an extended side angle. Bring this left forearm onto the left thigh, keeping nice space here between your ear and your shoulder. So you're not collapsing, staying nice and long here. And just bring this right arm up and over as if you had a nice long straight line from your right fingers all the way down through your right ankle. And breathing, always breathing. When in doubt, just breathe. And come back to warrior two. Open arms, step forward, reaching up, back to forward fold. And this time step back with the left foot. Straight back, Coming up onto that right thigh. You can start with your hands on your hips. You can keep your hands on your hips if you like. Or if you have stability here, you can bring your arms up, reaching for the sky, chest up, knee over the ankle. Weight is on the ball of the back foot, the left foot. And from here, you're going to open up into warrior two. I am facing the wrong way, so you're going to see me from the other side for a minute. Your left foot is going to turn at a 45-degree angle this time. Keeping your hands at heart level, not up here, down here. Bringing your gaze out over that right middle finger, tracking that right knee over the right pinky toe. And inhale as you reverse your warrior, reaching back toward that left knee. Gaze up toward the right thumb. Again, tracking that right knee out over the right pinky toe. A few breaths here. Keep your breath even and still. Face is relaxed. Jaw is relaxed. And as you're ready, you're going to come into our extended side angle, keeping space between the ear and the shoulder, reaching that left arm up and over. Imagine a long, straight, continuous line from the tips of the left fingers all the way down through the left ankle. Two more breaths here. And back to warrior two. And step it forward, coming back into mountain pose. Big breath in, inhaling up. Exhaling into forward fold. Step back right and then left, coming into a plank. Either lower down on the knees or do a chaturanga and come all the way down onto your belly, onto the mat. Bringing your hands under your shoulders with your fingers spread wide. Inhale up into a cobra position. Bringing the chest up, shoulders down away from the ears. The low back is engaged. Glutes are engaged. Pressing the feet and the thighs in toward the mat. And exhale, release down. Bringing your hands under your forehead, coming into a crocodile pose. Bending the knees and windshield wipering out those knees. Releasing the low back. That feels good, doesn't it? Few more times. And release those feet all the way down. And you're going to turn all the way over, coming onto your back. With your knees bent, feet on the floor, knees pointing straight up. Just bring those knees back and forth a few times, the same way we did sitting at the beginning, inhaling through center and exhaling as you allow knees to fall to each side. Again, feel free to pause anywhere you feel. Could use a little extra TLC, a few extra breaths, a little extra stretch. This is your practice. It's your body. You know best what you need. And when you're ready, meet me in the middle, find stillness, and take a moment now, hug those knees up into the chest. You might want to rock back and forth. And bring the feet back to the mat. Keeping the right foot on the mat, bring that left knee up, hug it into the chest, and then cross it over the right knee. Coming into a reclined pigeon pose, you can either keep the right foot on the mat or bring it up. And if you want a little extra, reach through, find the back of the right thigh, pull that right leg in a little. You might even press out very gently on that left knee. Just bringing a little stretch into that left hip. You can rock back and forth if it feels good, or find stillness. Few breaths here. You're ready, release. Extend both legs out straight on the mat now. And take the right knee up into the chest, pulling it in tight. Maybe rocking it back and forth a little. And then you're going to take a big inhale, and as you exhale, pull that right knee all the way over to the left side. You can rest the left hand on the knee. The right arm, you can either keep at your side or you can reach it straight out behind you, depending on your shoulder mobility. Find the position that feels best for you. Settling into this deep twist. As you breathe, find length with each inhalation, and deepen into the twist with each exhalation. Finding length with the inhalation, deepening into the twist with each exhalation. And gently unwind, coming out of the twist, back to neutral, extending both legs out straight. This time hugging the left knee up into the chest, extending the right leg out straight. Big inhale, and as you exhale, bring the left knee all the way over to the right, coming into a twist on the opposite side. You can rest the right hand on the left knee. Left arm can either stay by your side or reach out behind you. Find the position that works best for you. Remember, this is not about pushing too hard or pushing past limits. Rather, yoga is about allowing your body to find the shape rather than trying to force your body into a particular shape. It's more about how the pose feels and less about how the pose looks. And it's always about working with the breath. And gently unwind, coming back to center, finding length once again. You might take your arms up over your head, coming into a full body stretch here. And take any last minute movements that you feel you might need, that your body might crave before we settle into stillness for final shavasana. You might hug the knees up into the chest again, take another twist, do an inversion if it's in your practice. Whatever you need to do right now to make your practice feel complete before we begin to settle into stillness and come into our final shavasana.